Paul Master. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Master. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Master. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Master. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Master. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Yeah, buddy, that's right. Get exposure right now. Holler at the homie Paul Mash, man, for Paul Mash TV. Hit up Paul Mash TV across all social media sites, alright? Who we got next? Got next.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time once again, and we're glad that you could join us. And we've had a really great feedback from you lately, and we really do appreciate that. We love to hear from you as well. So if you'd like to do that, there's a few ways you can do it. First of all, just subscribe and hit that bell, and reply to the interview in question. And we love to hear from you there. And you can also email us. That's paulmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. And feel free to do that not just for fan mail, but if you're a band or solo artist wanting to be on the show, you can use that same email address. We'd love to hear from you. And also, feel free to go to our official Paul Mash TV page on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Paul Mash TV. Feel free to like the page, inboxes, reply to the video in question. We love to hear from you there. And we have a closing credit screen, and all that will be recapped for you. That will give you a chance to get a pen and paper and write all that down. So we'll see you then. Right now, from Chicago, Illinois, we have Madman D, and he's yet again another one from the Paper Chasing Tour, starting on July 21st. And we hope that you will enjoy this interview. But before we do that, here's another quick word from ClickJam. Don't go away.
Click, Jam, all around the world.
One thing I can't do is disappoint my fans. All the people around the world come and join the band. I said I'm happy as I ever been. When all the music comes together and it starts to blend.
All around the world.
All over the globe.
All right, well, it's time for another interview, ladies and gentlemen. And with us from Chicago, Illinois, we have Madman D. Thanks for joining us, Madman.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad that you could join us today. We didn't have a couple brief problems, but we're here. You're here now, and I guess that's what's important, I guess. Why don't you start by, and I ask this question a lot because everyone has their own stories, but tell me about how you, Madman D, began your music career. I mean, I'm sure it's an interesting story.
Well, actually, my music career started from like watching a lot of the greats and feeling like I had these abilities, but like they were like super people, like they weren't normal people. People. So again, my career started. I started writing poetry, and then it just transitioned into hip hop. I heard different artists by the likes of like Chuck D, KRS-One, and it kind of propelled me to kind of want to write and give my own introspective to things. So I transitioned from the poetry into hip hop, and once I did that, it just felt so comfortable. I felt, real good about that, and just learning how words play into our lives and being able to communicate those words with others, it just kind of consumed me.
Okay. Yeah, that is a pretty good story there. Why don't you tell me about your influences? I mean, everybody has their own influences, and they probably have more than others, but let's hear a few that you have.
Well, as I said before, definitely Public Enemy is one of my influences. KRS-One, Redman, just a lot of the old school artists that kind of use a lot of lyricism in their music. That's what kind of like those are the kind of sort of the I mean those are a few of the people I look up to, and that influenced me with the music.
Yeah, that's interesting. KRS-One, as you mentioned, and Redman. It's been a while since I've heard those names, but I kind of like them too. So those are pretty good ones to have right there. And you're one of the artists that's going to be on the Paper Chasing tour. And why don't you tell us a little bit about that and tell us when you'll be on and so forth? I'd love to hear that.
Well, I'm going to be on every show actually,
Mhm.
and it's going to about 7 cities: Texas, California, New York, just to name a few. We have a lot of great artists that are going to perform on the show, and it's going to bring a lot of good energy. And myself, I plan to bring a great performance, because ultimately, when you think about hip hop and you want to see a performer, you want to give your best performance. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Actually, this is like a groundbreaking thing for us as artists. So I'm really looking forward to this thing, because it gives us a chance to showcase everything we have as individual artists, and just show the camaraderie that the crew of us have together. So I'm really looking forward to this. It's really not about the money aspect of it. It's more about getting other people to be influenced by it, and let them know that with the current state of hip hop, that there's so much other diversity.
Hmm.
So
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Of course, one of my friends, Stradala will be there, and I know he's one of the big parts of the show,
indeed.
and I especially thank him for helping me get this together all the time. And let's talk about your music, though. I mean, tell us a little bit about that, and tell us if we can get that like on digital format, or if there's any way we get that in physical copies and so forth. We'd love to hear
Well, yeah, I definitely have physical copies. You might call me a dinosaur.
that.
uh, at my shows, I still sell compact discs. Currently, I am redirecting my social media and all the other platforms, because I'm about to do a new release. I'm on the tour album with I think 2 songs, but I'm in the process of doing an independent release as well. So it'll be on all major platforms. At this time, I had some things on Spotify, Pandora, but I'm kind of redirecting right now, because again, I'm on the verge of a new release, and I'm putting together a different marketing and promotion strategy. So you'll be able to get that soon. I think probably around the 21st of July. I'm sorry, about the 21st of July, once the tour album drops, and I think that's the first date of the tour.
Mhm.
So yeah, you'll be able to experience the Madman D music catalog, a few songs.
Okay, well, I'm sure out there everybody will enjoy getting that. And speaking of your music, we're getting ready to watch a video from you very shortly. I think the title of the song is called "We." Why don't you tell us a little bit about the song, and if there's a story behind that, we'd love to hear.
Well, that particular song is experienced by the trials that we go through on an everyday basis, and then some of the trials from our past, which led us to this point. It really talks about how we need to come together as a people individually. Those problems can't be solved, but if we correct ourselves as individuals, then we can come together with the next individual who corrects themselves and change our dynamics. So that means like everything that we do in this society, uh, personal life, it transcends so many things. So basically saying we as in us. So meaning that when we come together, we can change things.
Okay, well, as I said a moment, we'll be watching that in just a moment. But I just want to thank you again, Man, for coming on the show. Anytime you have something new to plug, maybe we can ask you to come back to the show, and we'd love to have you back.
Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you for having me. It is a pleasure to speak with you and be on your show. I really appreciate it.
Okay, well, let's watch We right now on Paul Mash TV. Don't go away.
Yeah, where we at now? Take 5. Yeah. Check. It's been a long time coming, climbing, taking these steps. Blood, sweat, and tears, grinding with no regrets. 2 decades in the making, going through emotions and stress. Blood pressure high, got pains in my chest. My relationship is a mental strain at its best. Cause my girl mentality like she's still in the nest. I would dip like Kanye, go out west. Work that graveyard shift, got a dip in Hazel Crest. Something is keeping me from being involved in the mess. I guess God, cause it won't get resolved. I realize it's a test. You're penalized if you fail, then feel the effects. Truck scandal with daily, find someone else to elect. I pray for the tsunami victims, but there's problems here. We neglect.
We, as in us, meaning more than one. Like Spike Lee, better get on the bus. Better, I ain't going to the back, now we sitting up front. We out for the lettuce, dude, you can stunt. We, as in us, meaning more than one. Like Spike Lee, better get on the bus. Better, I ain't going to the back, now we sitting up front. We out for the lettuce, dude, you can stunt.
Each one, teach one, with a little effort, damn, cut each one. Too concerned with your property on the beachfront. Done forgot the scars from the past, still hunt. Don't care, low self-esteem, nah, you on the front. Got bread, you can bout, get what you want. Those of us less fortunate, you don't have to tuck. We not ass, then cut ya, we won't be bumped. Cut ya, like a butcher, then you might get drunk. Driven out 500 miles, changed and dumped. We pump, not general, summons the troops. Master got his hand to his head for a salute. I salute you black soldiers for your bravery, but we still can't compensate you for your slavery.
We, as in us, meaning more than one. Like Spike Lee, better get on the bus. Better, I ain't going to the back, now we sitting up front. We out for the lettuce, dude, you can stunt. We, as in us, meaning more than one. Like Spike Lee, better get on the bus. Better, I ain't going to the back, now we sitting up front. We out for the lettuce, dude, you can stunt.
Life, the revolving game, the documentary. Why black man easily end up in the penitentiary for century. I guarantee them gon' mention me. Madman D, go down in history. But whose story? His story. Start to bore me. Manipulation, alter information, control of civilization. The Patriot Act, take away your privatization. Them watching you, them watching me. Can't you see the cameras on the POLE? Euros trade on the stock MARKET. We approaching the one world currency. Push talking with Putin over in Germany. We currently living in prophecy, where them sell them souls just to play Monopoly. I hustle like John. Don't turn your back, face it, we all pawns. In the game, play from the dust to the dawns. Up palms, meditating on 11-9 psalms. I keep my sanity while I reserve my right to bear arms. Bear arms, yes, all in my white tee. I see the whites of their eyes, better flee, cause
we, as in us, meaning more than one. Like Spike Lee, better get on the bus. Better, I ain't going to the back, now we sitting up front. We out for the lettuce, dude, you can stunt. We, as in us, meaning more than one. Like Spike Lee, better get on the bus. Better, I ain't going to the back, now we sitting up front. We out for the lettuce, dude, you can stunt.
Yeah, where we at? You know what I'm saying? We out here lost, man. Dudes spending all this money on these cars, on stuff that depreciate. Instead, you on the mic, you got an opportunity, you know what I'm saying? You should be taking the responsibility and do things that can be appreciated. Understand me? It's gonna take we as a whole to make a change, you draw. So you better get it right, man. I'm just telling you, you know what I'm saying? We. That's it. One love. Like that. Madman. Be raw naturally.